Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your JCN News for this Thursday, August 15th. A scathing review of BPL as the country continues to grapple with daily power outages lasting hours on end. Breaking his silence on the vexing issue in a press statement last evening, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis making it clear that he is deeply unhappy about the situation, which he candidly acknowledged is unacceptable. That said, he sought to assure BPL's tens of thousands of consumers that the government will do whatever is necessary to alleviate this problem, including taking further additional measures, and that includes seeking outside help. In fact, according to the Prime Minister, a six-man team of specialists from Power Transmissions Engineering Company Philadelphia Gear has started working to return an additional 20 megawatts of power to service at the Blue Hill Power plant. BPL's peak demand is 250 megawatts. It's down by 40 megawatts. BPL's blaming that on the company's decaying generation fleet that has presented challenges for decades. As BPL execs revealed during their Sunday briefing, work has started on a 132 power plant in New Providence as a part of a long-term solution. In the short term, the company is carrying out a plan to mitigate its shortfall in generation. However, no details were disclosed on this plan, save the assurance from the Prime Minister that it is expected to provide relief to residents as soon as possible. The Prime Minister's comments underpinned by those from his deputy, Peter Turnquest, who too promised a resolution to the issue, barring any unforeseen circumstances.
I wouldn't necessarily want to put a label on it, but we know that this is a very significant inconvenience at the least, and a significant event or period that has affected people's lives, both in terms of the business and the economy, as well as in personal comfort. So we do, as a government, certainly feel for our citizens, residents, and the inconveniences that they've had to endure during this period. The only thing I can say at this point that they can be assured that we are working diligently together with BPL to try and bring resolution to this matter. Just yesterday we had a presentation, and we anticipate, based upon the information that was given to us, that we will have a relatively short resolution to the matter, barring any other significant events. So hopefully this saga, if we can call it that, is coming to an end, and we'll be able to build upon a more sustainable power plant going forward.
The Deputy Prime Minister was, however, tight-lipped on other issues, like when questioned about BPL being privatized. To that, he said there were no discussions on the matter, adding that he would defer the Minister of Works. As for the allegation that money allocated for maintenance repairs were used for a new engine at BPL's Clifton Pier plant, Mr. Turnquest, who also serves as the Minister of Finance, said he is not aware if the funds were used, and that furthermore, he's not in charge of it.
I wouldn't speak to that at the moment. As you know, BPL has announced for several years now that it needs to go out for a rate reduction bond to deal with a whole myriad of financing challenges that they have. So that we anticipate will happen sometime towards the second half of this year. As far as I'm aware, that will solve their challenges in that regard.
Meantime, the opposition pouring more gasoline on the situation, the Progressive Liberal Party's renewing its call for BPL's entire board to be dismissed. If not, the minister and ultimately the Prime Minister must share the shame and blame for the company's failures. And should no action be taken to solve what many have accepted as a crisis, Party Chairman Senator Fred Mitchell promises the PLP's support for lawful protests. You see, Mr. Mitchell contends that had the government followed plans left in place by the Christie administration, BPL consumers would not be experiencing these challenges, even if the government had followed the plan of its fired chairman, Darnell Osborne. Today's problems may not have been as excruciating, according to the PLP chairman. BPL's crisis, he added, is not about the PLP or its former chairman, Leslie Miller, but the Prime Minister, who he charges messed up badly. Meantime, the Prime Minister getting no love from some Bahamians who phoned into Love 97's Issues of the Day talk show to mouth off on his long-awaited response to the load shedding, dismissing it as coming a day late and $1 short.
He may not like it, It's like any mean it can get fixed. It's the issue that is on the ground that need to be fixed by blue-collar men that hands on deck need to get it fixed. The behemoth people could have the resolution. His opinion really doesn't matter if the work isn't being done. Anybody can come with that opinion. The fact is that we are still facing the issue today when some people come home, they're coming home to darkness, and at the end of the month, they have to pay that bill.
But this is unacceptable, man. This is unacceptable to the highest. I don't know what they can do, but clearly we just can't be taking this every day. Power goes 4 or 5 times a time, 6 times. I mean, it's ridiculous.
The Prime Minister indicated quite rightly that he is not pleased. I mean, that's to say the least. But we don't expect that from the Prime Minister. We don't expect him to say that he is unhappy. We expect him to make a move with regards to it. Now, I don't know if he feels responsible for some of it, because a lot of the decisions that were made with regards to the firing of Alston and all of those moves that were made since the government took over, he has to be somewhat responsible for them.
You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.